Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what happens when you lose a significant amount of weight. I've seen a lot of vloggers and Instagram folks and even my own clients who will talk to me about how when they start to get fit, that things change. They have this weird energy and dynamic with their friends. Their family members start to treat them differently. They even get treated differently in the world and at work. And I just want to talk about why this happens and offer some encouragement, because this is very common. I don't think it's normal, and I don't think it should be normalized. But listen, we live in a real society, okay? Skinny privilege is real, fit privilege is real, pretty privilege is real. And so we have to be honest about why this happened. So I have 6 talking points, and then we'll be done. This video will be maybe 10 minutes. But the first thing is that when you start to get fit and to get healthy, the truth is that people notice you more, okay? I know nobody wants to hear this, but when people are overweight, they're not taken as seriously. This is just a fact. I know that this is not politically correct to say, but they're not taken as seriously. And so oftentimes when people get fit, what happens is they find that people don't like them, and they're like, but I haven't changed. You're right, you haven't changed, but because you are now fit, or you're starting to lose weight and in society's eyes look better, they're paying more attention to what you're saying. So if they're paying more attention to what you're saying, they're going to notice more of the things that you say that they do not like. So they'll be like, oh, she started saying this. No, she's been saying this the whole time, but y'all didn't notice because you didn't take her seriously, because she didn't fit your paradigm of fitness or skinny privilege. This is a real thing that happens. A lot of times my clients will say, I've been the same person. And I'm like, that's kind of true. I'll get to that in a little bit. But what's happening is that people are now noticing you. And so when people notice you, you have to understand that you're opening yourself up to criticism as well as praise. Right? So this is one of the reasons why people will often stay overweight, is because they don't want to be opened up to criticism. They'd rather be like, well, I'm just fat, and at least that's the only thing that people can say about me, but they don't really want to be open and available to other criticisms. Because once you're not fat or you're not overweight, people are going to start picking at your personality, which is really, really hard for some people. So just know that one of the reasons why this is happening is because you are being noticed more. So now your language and what you say and how you speak to people are just going to notice it more, because in a sick, twisted way, you guys, they value you more. I know nobody wants to hear this, but y'all, I like to keep it a buck, right? Okay. Number 2, why do you get this weird energy around friends and family? It's because you are now on the same level. People who are what you're going to see oftentimes is you'll see healthier family members will keep a family member unwell, because that means that there is always someone who's beneath them. But once you start to get healthy, you become competition. And this often happens in friend groups where there's the fat friend, where the fat friend, once the fat friend gets skinny or gets fit, this energy gets weird, because you're throwing off the balance of the group. The truth is that you were the fat friend, and you were the friend who was the one who wasn't the pretty one. You weren't a threat to anybody. People don't want to have this conversation, but that's the reality. So you lose weight, you start inevitably, when people make the right decision to take care of their bodies, you inevitably get more confident, and people are threatened by confidence, hands down. So they start to act funny. Take it as a sign that you're doing something right. Okay. There were people did not like me when I started to take care of myself. If I'm no, I'm not going to drink tonight, or no, I'm going to order, a salad instead of French fries and a burger and binge eat with you. People don't like it because you call them to a higher standard of themselves. And so they'll make fun of you. They'll pick at you. And pretty soon, of course, this happened with my own family members. They all started following along, because at the end of the day, when you're healthy, people want to be healthy. So they're always going to have this animus towards you initially. And then, eventually they'll either run away from you or copy you. So just understand that you are now on the same level. You are now competition. And the truth is that a lot of people are in competition with you. This is a hard lesson that I even had to learn in my 30s is I'm not in competition with anybody else, but a lot of people are in competition with me. And that's just the way that society is. And so understanding that, it helps me to navigate the world better. I can see jealousy and disdain from a mile away, which I should be able to. But before I was like naive. Women are not like that. Yes, they are. They're jealous and competitive. A lot of women are jealous and competitive. And so they're just not going to like you if you don't fit their like stereotype of what you should be. This happens a lot with Black women, honestly, where if you don't fit people's ghetto, loud, Black, fat stereotype, white people, even not even just like other Black people, will make fun of you to try and put you back in this box because they're very comfortable with you fitting their stereotype of what a Black woman should be. Because in their mind, as sweet and as like unbiased and anti-racist as they think they are, they actually need Black women to be in this is very comfortable for them. And the same thing goes with Black women towards each other, is that there's this fight to stay Black, and our Blackness has been so long defined by inarticulation, a lack of education, a lack of vocabulary, for lack of a better word, ghetto, overweight, sort of these like baby mama kind of, all of these stereotypes that you guys see, we have been marked by that for so long. And when women step outside of that box, they are ridiculed, not only by their own people, but by other races as well. And I've had to correct people in my own life on this. Say, hey, you need to check your own racism, because actually you believe that I should behave a certain way because I'm Black. And Black people will do this to each other. Black women will do this to each other. Oh, you don't wear your hair like this. You don't talk like this. You're, skinny. You eat white people food. Like, it's just all of this stuff that happens. And it's because you're calling people to a higher standard when you behave a certain way. Okay, so you become people's competition because now you're in a different playing field. I'm sorry, but it's true. Nobody wants to hear this, but it's true. The third thing that happens is you automatically get more confident. So if you're doing weight loss and fat loss the right way, you are likely really doing the inner work of understanding what caused you to be overweight in the first place. Because this is a big thing. People who do like cleanses and quick fixes usually don't have the same level of confidence. But if you do weight loss the right way, fat loss the right way, you are probably going through some immense emotional changes. You are addressing trauma from years ago. Like if you're doing it the right way, which means in your real life, you are no longer bound by that. And that's what gives you confidence, is knowing that I chose to take care of myself in spite of all of the things I had to fight for in my mind. Because a lot of health and fitness is a mind thing, right? Like the fact that you got up and went to the gym when you didn't want to. The fact that you said no to a basket of French fries when all you wanted to do is stuff your face. The fact that you drove by a donut store and didn't order donuts, like those are all things that build your confidence in yourself. And those are the things that you have to do when you're trying to lose weight. And when you do that, people do not like this. Like, y'all have to understand, people do not like real confidence. This is so hard. When I was teaching high school, you guys, high school girls, the girls who were like, I'm confident, let me show off photos of myself. They were so mean to the girls who were quiet and confident. And that's faux confidence. That's what we call fake confidence. Okay? So when you start to get real confidence, that's when people don't like you. So if you guys see these girls online taking photos half naked and saying, I love my beautiful big body, usually, I know y'all are not gonna like me saying this, usually they're not actually confident, because confident people don't go around telling everybody that they're confident, right? When you start to take care of yourself, that speaks louder than any of your words ever could. Okay, number 4, I already kind of touched on this, but we are very comfortable with our own stereotypes in our own like races and ethnic groups. So I have clients who are from Africa, clients who are from Mexico, clients who are from El Salvador, clients who are from Brazil. It's all the same. If your stereotype for your country is not health, like it's kind of like bigger, less healthy, we don't really exercise, you are going to get pushback from your group, and that's okay. It's totally fine, but just understand that that's okay. Number 5, Pretty privilege and skinny privilege is real. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you will understand that this is what's happening. Like, being fit doesn't necessarily mean you're pretty, but there is a privilege of being fit. People respect you when you're fit, because when you're fit, they know that you took care of yourself. They know at the end of the day, you have discipline. And again, there are going to be people who respect that and value that in you. And then there's going to be people who are intimidated by that, and they're going to act out. And some of those people are going to be your friends and family. I will tell you guys right now, people liked me better when I was overweight and I didn't have discipline. They just did. They liked me when I didn't have boundaries, because the thing is that when you start a fitness journey, you start to have boundaries with yourself and other people. You're not just going to invite me out every night to go drink with you. You're not going to just have me, binge eating and binge drinking. I'm not going to do that, which means our friendship now has to be based on something that is in reality. It can't be based on just acting a fool and destroying my body. It won't be. So understand that pretty privilege and skinny privilege are real. And unfortunately, we live in a society where we tie those two together. So like, if you're fit, you're automatically more pretty. So understand that that's what's happening, is that you are getting more privilege. And I hate to say it, but when you have more privilege, you have more people who are in competition with you and more people who dislike you. You also have more people who respect you. So just understand that this is like the responsibility of like taking care of yourself. And last but not least, people like you when you're thicker because you're not threatening. You are not a threat when you are someone who doesn't value yourself. And so this is why you will always see like the fat friend, and they have a ton of friends. They have a ton of people who like, oh yeah, let's hang out, let's do all this stuff. And they are not a threat. And the minute that person gets fit, you see them scatter like cockroaches when the lights turn on, because now all of a sudden you are somebody that they have to be on their P's and Q's with. They have to watch out for. Because let's be honest, I was talking to my friend from college about this, like even in like the workplace, you are not threatening to people if you're overweight. You're just not, because people understand that your health is a status symbol. So when these women are losing weight and getting healthy, their coworkers start to attack them like dogs, because you are now a threat. Their pretty privilege is not going to, it doesn't surpass you, right? People are used to having that to surpass you in the workplace. And so when you don't do that, you are becoming a threat. So understand that, and don't take this as a bad thing, okay? This is the price of being fit in a society that kind of values fitness, but would prefer you to be in the 99% who is unhealthy, because it means less competition for them. Okay, so that is my video for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If any of this resonates with you, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to say. When people are like, you've changed, of course you have. You should. If you are truly going to get fit, you absolutely have changed. You absolutely have. You've gotten more confidence. You've learned to deal with your emotional triggers. Your food is not a crutch. Alcohol is not a crutch. Smoking's not a crutch. You are literally, like, your mind is something that people wish they had. So of course you've changed. Welcome that from people. Yes, I have. Yes, I am no longer a slave to all of these strongholds. Thank you very much. I have changed, and I suggest you do it too. So don't feel bad when people say that, because yes, you have changed, because that's what it requires to be healthy. Anyway, y'all, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.